Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 643.
On Now You Know. So Elon posted Tesla FSD V14 Lite is rolling out to customers with their AI3 hardware.
Wait, I have a 2018 Model 3 with AI3 hardware.
Yep. So Ashok Ellaswamy, head of Tesla's FSD team, says FSD version 14 Lite is now rolling out to AI3 early access customers. Based on the feedback, we'll roll out to more customers over the next few weeks. This build distills the driving behavior from AI4's V14 series into both the camera and compute config of AI3. It includes destination options and speed profiles on city roads, but more importantly, significantly improved safety. We hope you'll enjoy it once the build ships wide.
So this means that people with hardware 3 cars like me, who bought their car way back when and paid for full self-driving.
I mean, to be fair, you've had version, 12 in the car? You stopped using it, though, because it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? As soon as it comes out for your car, we should do a side-by-side, like with a newer car and the older car, and see how they handle like intersections and stuff like that.
Should we do them at the same time?
I don't know. I think
because then the lead car would always have the
right. I think we'll do the same route, and then we can like do a split screen or whatever. I don't know.
Depends on the time of day.
True. Elon said, nice work by the Tesla AI team. The AI3 computer only has 15% of the effective memory bandwidth of the AI4 computer, so this was a tough challenge.
Wow. We're sponsored today by our good friends at Smart Charge America. And I'm really happy about this partnership because we've actually been big fans of Smart Charge America for years.
Yeah, when our buddy Joe Barletta, the president of Smart Charge America, told us that he'd like to help sponsor the show, we were both really stoked.
Smart Charge America is the company to call when you need to install EV charging.
Whether you're a property manager trying to figure out how to bring EV car charging to your tenants,
or a homeowner trying to figure out how to get EV charging for your family.
Trust us. Make your whole life a lot easier. Just go to Smart Charge America. The link is below.
You'll fill out this simple form, and Joe and his team will get back to you to make this happen.
And for a limited time, at least until Joe comes to his senses, use our link or tell them that Zach and Jesse sent you, and you'll save 15% off your installation.
Do it today. I know that you'll thank us. And hey, if you wouldn't mind hitting the thumbs up button on this video,
it'll help tell YouTube's algorithm to share this video with more people so that we can counter the mainstream media's negative spin on Elon, Tesla, and SpaceX.
Thank you. So Polestar will no longer be selling cars in the U.S. starting with the 2027 model next year.
The U.S. Department of Commerce denied Polestar's authorization to sell cars in the U.S. under the Connected Vehicle Rule, which restricts the sale of cars with software and hardware linked to China and Russia because of data and national security concerns.
But Polestar is Swedish.
No. Polestar is owned by the Chinese automaker Geely, which is Chinese. Geely bought Volvo from Ford Motors back in 2010 for $1.8 billion. Then Geely bought the Polestar brand in 2015 and restructured it from like a racing and performance division in 2017 into a full-blown car brand. But Polestar has always been owned by Li Shufu, Geely's founder. So sorry to burst everyone's bubble.
And companies do this a lot. They buy a brand and everyone just sees the nameplate on the car and thinks, that's a Jaguar. It's British.
Yeah, baby! It's Indian, owned by Tata Motors, who bought it from Ford in 2008. By the way, Ford bought Jaguar in 1989 and then ran it into the ground. Good job, Ford.
But Land Rover is British.
Sorry, Land Rover is also Indian, also bought by Tata Motors from, you guessed it, Ford Motors in 2008, after Ford bought it from BMW in 2000, after BMW bought it in 1984.
But MG is British.
Sorry again. MG was British, founded in 1924, but it was bought by the Chinese in 2005 for around $53 million. And it's currently owned by Chinese automaker SAIC Motors. So you see, everyone's been walking around thinking that Polestar is like either a new brand that's owned by the Swedes or that it's owned by Volvo. And yes, it is, but Volvo's owned by the Chinese.
So how long before Volvo stops being allowed to be sold in the U.S.?
I mean, if they want to make a connected car in the U.S., I don't know.
So Tesla seems ready for our nation's 250th birthday celebrations on July 4th.
These 4 wrapped Model Ys and a wrapped Cybertruck were spotted at Giga Texas by drone pilot Joe Tegmeyer. That is really patriotic.
America.
All right, it's time for some SpaceX news. Starlink has become New Zealand's largest rural internet provider with a 27% market share.
The market share jumped from 19 to 27% in 1 year.
Today, New Zealand has 85,000 satellite broadband connections, up 52%.
Nice.
And these latest photos at SpaceX's Gigabay at Kennedy Space Center over in Florida, where starships on the East Coast will be built, show that they have it almost what's called dried in, which means it's almost rain tight.
That's exciting.
It looks like the
big.
Borg, doesn't it, from Star Trek?
It's a big cube, and I think that it's hard to get the sense of scale. You can see some of the cranes around it, but look at that parking lot next to it. It's massive.
It's mega.
It's a rocket building factory.
Starlink is providing free Starlink mobile connectivity to movie star customers in Venezuela's La Guaira region affected by the earthquakes.
Just for movie stars?
Sorry, no, not movie stars. One of Venezuela's phone services is called Movie Star. So Starlink is also expanding free service to Digitel and MovieNet customers in Venezuela as well to help everyone stay connected to family and emergency services during this awful earthquake.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that devastation was insane, and you could imagine that not a lot of internet and not a lot of cell phone towers are going to be operating after an earthquake like this.
I mean, here's the thing. Because you need to power something, at least these Starlinks can be powered with a small battery or with a little bit of solar. So, yeah.
Well, and in this case, it's just your phone. So as long as you can charge your phone, which again doesn't take that much power, you'll be able to connect directly to the satellites and be able to communicate.
All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories.
We're getting ready to give away the Tesla bike rack over on Patreon.
Yeah, this is your last chance to enter for that giveaway because we're giving it away, I think, today. Oh, and wait till you see what we got coming up for a giveaway next month.
If you haven't already, please join us for as little as $1 a month.
And of course, today, as always, we got Patreon bonus stories for just our lovely patrons. We'll see you there right now. And we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. Time for the shout outs. Who do we got?
We've got Bijarke,
Don Sander.
We've got Leo Castellanos,
Sean Rockarts,
and Victor Torrey. Thank you so much for supporting us. We can't do this show without you.
See this little duck? The reason our friends at EVJect bring these little ducks around with them to EV events is to remind us that we are all sitting ducks when we charge our cars. You don't want to be this guy.
That's me. That's you. Unless you have this.
That is an escape connector, an amazing piece of technology.
That I helped conceive, by the way.
That's right. We heard from a member of the Wisconsin Tesla Owners Club who told us that she often felt frightened when EV charging, especially at night, because she couldn't drive away if someone sketchy showed up at the charger without her having to get out of her car to unplug.
Yeah, I mean, EVs have been around long enough now that criminals know that we have to get out to unplug and that we're sitting ducks while we're charging.
Well, no more. With the EVJect Escape Connector, you are not stuck anymore. You can drive away without unplugging, and your car will be fine, and the charger will be fine.
The only thing that takes the hit is the Escape Connector itself. It sacrifices itself to keep you safe.
So pick up yours today. Save 30% off at EVJect.com. All right, it's time for Elon's X's of the Week. Elon said immigration to a country should follow the same principles as successful companies follow with recruiting.
And when talking about Grok, Elon said, to be clear, I'm not saying the Grok version 9 foundation model will be mind-blowingly better than anything, but it will be a solid workhorse in the same league as Opus. And the SpaceX AI cadence of model and harness improvement is speeding up tremendously, particularly due to a few dozen of the top Starlink/Starship engineers shifting much of their time to AI. Worth noting that the version 8 foundation, the Grok 4.3 model, is a $500 billion model that finished training all the way back in December and has many fundamental flaws. So Grok 4.5 will feel like a gigantic upgrade.
I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
He said in addition to their excellent and unique training data, the Cursor team is also making major engineering contributions to version 9 SFT and RL. It's an honor and a pleasure to work with them. For this 1.5 trillion run, Cursor data was added in supplemental training, which is not quite as good as having it in the initial training. The 2 trillion run that started a few weeks ago has greatly improved data in scope and scale in almost every arena, and many upgrades and fixes to the training recipe. That will finish in late July for August release. Well, that's exciting. Maybe we should put off our coding until then. Aaron Burnett said, let's see what calling in the aerospace rocket engineers to work on AI models does for Grok.
Elon says truly massive gains will come in roughly 3 months when the entire training and inference stack is written in C or C++ and massively simplified. Most software layers will be deleted completely, and we exact map Grok to work incredibly well on a GB300.
He said in some cases where we don't have access to the source code, e.g. network switch software, we're also decompiling and modifying the binaries to improve performance. So they're going for more and more speed.
Elon said, space is inevitable if you wish to ascend to a K2 civilization. K meaning Kardashev, and 2 meaning Kardashev level 2, which is where you use all of the energy that your home star generates.
Poor other planets, they don't get to have any of it. They'll get colder. Elon said Neuralink is needed to solve the super low and lossy output bandwidth of humans. Our input bandwidth, thanks to vision, is many orders of magnitude higher than our output bandwidth, but also could be greatly improved. By addressing these bandwidth limitations and greatly increasing our effective cognitive capacity, human-AI symbiosis will be far better, improving the probability of a great outcome for humanity in the future. ViceGrad24 said German feminist Verena Braunschweiger promotes the slogan, "My lineage ends with me." She calls on white people not to have children, claiming that Western pronatalists only want to control women and keep refugees out. Braunschweiger says that Europeans are responsible for poor living conditions in Africa.
Elon says, deal with traitors first, then invaders.
This chart showing that communism killed some 100 million people.
Elon said, highest death count of any philosophy.
This meme of imagine how much feminist propaganda it took to convince women that this is oppressive.
Elon said, feminism and the lack of children has killed the happiness of so many women.
Peter St. Ange says, turns out defunding USAID did not kill Africans. Because the money wasn't going to Africa, it was going to buy elections and burn Tesla dealerships.
And Elon said, correct. The hard truth is that USAID, with its constant support of often violent leftist regime change, caused a lot of death.
Elon said, I love optimizing machines. It's like a beautiful puzzle that also achieves true usefulness. Cremu says, anyone citing the Lancet study to claim that Elon killed 14 million people or any other ridiculous number should just be laughed at.
Elon said it's total bullshit. Deaths in Africa decreased after cutting USAID funding, which they were using to push for violent overthrows of governments.
This is Nick Kristof, and Elon said,
nothing that Kristof has said is true. He is an utter piece of shit and a liar. Kristof is utterly evil.
Elon then picked on someone else.
He said the AOC puppet is just flat out lying.
And that's because, of course, she claimed that he's killed people by cutting USAID and so forth. And he said AOC is just an actor. It's her puppet masters that are the problem. She is spouting insane lies that are disprovable by a Google search, but a lot of people will believe her.
And there are claims on X where people said that there was a casting call for a congresswoman for New York, and that her brother actually entered her, and that she won the casting because, of course, she's the perfect candidate to be the actress to be the congresswoman of New York.
Yep.
And concerning, if true.
Joe Gebbia, who's on the board of Tesla, said mortality declined after USAID shut down. Interesting.
Elon said, yep, the levels of psychotic propaganda aimed at me from the left is reaching epic proportions.
Elon then posted this, Cybercab with no steering wheel or pedals driving around Austin.
Sweet.
All right, it's time for community mail time. Do we have TeslaGuessr?
We've got some TeslaGuessr.
All right, ready for me to fail.
Where in the world is this Tesla?
Good news is I forgot where all these places are too, so
okay,
I
you can
get to fail with you. All right, so Douglas spotted this. This is a Tier 4 minibus 2.0, and the question is, where is it? Yeah, it's a tricky one.
The license plate doesn't look real. I don't know. Huh.
Yeah, not a lot of background details here. Michael spotted this first generation Roadster.
Well, how am I supposed to guess?
Also tough.
Oh, wait, but the plate, isn't that Florida?
Daniel spotted what he calls a vroom car because while it is electric, it has speakers to make noise. I believe it's the Dodge.
Oh, right.
One or
the Challenger.
The Scat Pack.
Right. How many did they sell of that? Like 6?
Very rare find. Good job, Daniel.
Where is that?
Yeah, that's the question. All right, so Hank spotted all these Model Ys, and just a hint, this was not at a car show.
Oh, so it's got to be Texas.
Think it's Texas?
I don't know. It looks like Texas, doesn't it? No?
Daryl and Suzanne spotted this Model Y.
Oh, that's Europe.
You get a bit more of a background guess on that one.
You know, it's all about that little blue triangle on the license plate. I just can't make it out from here.
So this one Michael sent to us. It's a bit of a zoom out challenge. So we'll start with this very zoomed in shot of the Cybertruck. You can see it there. Okay. Next, we've zoomed out a bit more. You can see the Cybertruck in the middle.
Oh.
So we see a lot of buses and stuff like that. And then the last one.
Oh.
Yeah. So you get a Margaritaville cruise ship there. So
I'm thinking Florida, but I don't know.
You think you're wasting away, huh? So Shabir used his own car to get this shot. And luckily, because he used his own car, he was able to get a very nice shot. If you know where that is, then you know where that is.
I mean, that sign in the back says France, doesn't it?
It may say that.
It doesn't look like France.
Just a clue. France doesn't usually put signs up that say France.
True.
They don't even spell it that way.
Right. That's a good point.
You got to think about places where they got a castle at the top of a hill in the middle of a city. So that's
Quebec.
Oh, that's another place.
Oh, so it's not Quebec.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it's France. Reminette sent this one in, and it's tricky because it's in a Tesla showroom, But take a look at what is actually in there.
Oh, it's a Model YL.
That's a Model YL.
Oh, where do they have those?
Everywhere but here.
We're going to talk about that in Patreon bonus stories today.
Oh, that's exciting. All right. Then Neil spotted Wonder Woman.
Wow, she drives a Cybertruck.
Well, I thought that her car was supposed to be invisible.
Well, not all the
It's
time.
a plane, right?
Right, it's a
invisible
plane,
Okay.
right.
So her car is visible, and this is
Didn't
what
know
it is.
that. It's bulletproof.
Very cool. So Scott sent in these 3 photos. They're
Okay.
all from the same place, and the last one is the easiest, so we'll give you some time with the first 2.
Okay. Cybertruck.
There's
Okay.
a Cybertruck. You can see there's a Hyundai. Okay.
Okay. And this last picture is going to make it easy. Oh, it's
Yes.
BYD dealership.
Yes.
Huh.
And there's a
Oh.
big hint. Big hint.
Is it Curacao?
Yeah. And then Wally found this Lucid in, where could it be?
It's America.
Oh, you think it's America?
Well, it's got a Washington plate, I think.
Is that
Washington,
Washington?
DC,
Sure?
Washington State, I think. I don't know. What is it? I don't know.
All right, you ready to?
Fail horribly?
Okay,
Sure.
here
I'm
we
ready.
go. So this is it's an autonomous
I'm going to
bus.
say North Carolina, but except the plate is wrong. I don't know the plate.
Okay.
Where is it?
It's in Nagoya, Japan.
Oh, so they have fake plates there. Okay, gotcha.
I think the biggest hint are the 2, like the bus on the right doesn't tell you much, but the truck on the left, I know that they do sell trucks that look like that everywhere, but in
Gotcha.
Japan they have that. a lot
Nice.
more. This first generation Roadster, you said
Florida?
Florida? Tampa, Florida.
Nice.
Nice. Daniel spotted the Dodge Scat Pack or
I'm
whatever
going
it
to
was.
go Texas.
Darien, Illinois.
I'm going to go Texas on the next one, too.
Okay. It was in Huntington Beach, California.
Okay.
Because it's
Got to keep my fail rate high, you know?
So this one,
It's
you said-
Europe.
you said Europe.
It's sunny. It's Spain. I don't know.
Portugal.
Portugal. Close. Okay.
It's in Lamego, Portugal.
Nice.
So this one, the zoom out challenge.
I
with
guess
the-
because of the boat, it's got to be Florida, but I'm probably wrong.
It is in Freeport at Grand Bahama Island. So the ship probably does go back to Florida.
But that's Bahamas.
But
Gotcha.
the Cybertruck, I don't know.
How they got it there.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
Okay, so this one,
You got the
I'm
castle
I'm
at
going to
the-
go Quebec, Canada. But
Okay. Do you remember what the castle looks like in Quebec?
it
Canada?
doesn't look like that.
No.
So I know I'm wrong.
It's in Edinburgh, Scotland in the UK. All right. So this is the tricky one.
Singapore?
Model YL, Manila, Philippines. Tricky,
Nice.
tricky.
Wonder Woman. Where's Wonder Woman live? Is it the Hall of Justice? Hall of Justice.
Boca Raton.
Is that where that is?
She's retired.
She's retired.
All right. So then these 3, you guess Curacao. It is in Curacao.
The Dutch Caribbean.
The Dutch
Let's go there. That sounds fun. Didn't know
They
that
got-
a BYD
they got a
dealership.
BYD dealership. So probably the closest place we can buy a BYD.
Probably.
And then the last one, this Lucid.
Washington State?
You said Washington State's East Vancouver. So you're very close.
I was close.
Very close.
Okay.
Geographically.
Yeah.
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 Country-wise.
Very close. Yeah. Which Vancouver is it? British Columbia or
East Vancouver.
the other one?
What do you mean?
Well, there's an American one and
Oh, well,
so I don't know.
East Vancouver.
I don't know where that is.
Vancouver people will know.
Comment down below. Let us know. Well, thank you. That was fun. Thank you so much for joining us. We have a lot to talk about over in Patreon bonus stories
A lot.
today. And don't forget, we're giving away a bike rack and it's your last day. So
And if you're like, what are you guys always talking about with the Patreon bonus stories? Basically,
go find out.
Yeah, go find out. It'll cost you $1
To find
This
out.
is the only thing in the world that'll cost you $1.
You know how like when you're on the boardwalk and there's like, you can see all these exotic things, like you can come in and see what it's all about.
I saw a gumball machine the other day. Gumball.
It was $1?
$1. This will last you longer than that gumball. I
True.
almost guarantee
You get a
it.
whole month of gumballs there
Yes.
practically.
So head on over to patreon.com.
And it won't hurt your teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Patreon.com/nowyouknow. You sign up for $1 and you can watch all of our Patreon bonus stories. They come out 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And you can also enter for your chance to win a bike rack, which is worth $500.
Right.
So if you win that, you're good for 500 months. Just think about it that way. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We'll see you on Thursday. Now you know.